Today I'm going to tell you why Oklahoma football is the Jimmy Butler of the Big 12 Conference, and all that's coming up after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kid folk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time. And today I am going to tell you about how Oklahoma is like Jimmy Butler. But first, I got this book coming out. It's called Let It Bang. Drops on 10/23. That's coming up, man. I'm excited about it. I was on NPR talking about it. I'm going to be on NPR more talking about it. I've been on PBS and CNN talking about it. It's kind of a big deal. Also, I've got these t-shirts you can purchase ahead of Oklahoma's game against Oklahoma State. Game because it's not really a rivalry because they catch all these L's, which is the t-shirt. Hold this L, Oklahoma State. You can purchase them with the link in the description below or in the comments below. All right, so I'm going to get into how Oklahoma is like Jimmy Butler in the Big 12 Conference. But first, NBA opening night. I'm excited about it. Thunder are in action. And maybe with Russ Westbrook because as of Monday, still hadn't been cleared to play. I had Arthur stop at knee surgery, clean up his knee. He'll be back. But the story for me isn't that. The story is, one, you're going to play the Golden State Warriors. And nobody hates the Golden State Warriors like Oklahoma City fans. I mean, from Draymond Green kicking Steven Adams in the nuts to Kevin Durant basically being a snake and all things Oklahoma City related, we really like beating Golden State, and it doesn't always happen. Now, Paul George, earn your 4-year, $137 million contract because party's over, dinner's over, games are now, and in a stacked Western Conference, lay down the law against these posers in Oakland. I mean, they're not posers. They're the champs, and I get it, but I hate it, man. Steph Curry is great. Klay Thompson is great. Draymond can go to hell, but they're really good. I mean, I love Andre Iguodala. He's my favorite two-way player, and that's kind of what I'm expecting Paul George to be, is Andre Iguodala to the 10th degree because he's that talented. Even after blowing up his knee, he's still come back, made his 5th All-Star team. He understands what it means to play in a small market, and Oklahoma City is a small market. He knows we sell out games. We sell out for the team. The only fans going harder than Oklahoma City fans are Oklahoma Sooners fans. Also, Dennis Schroeder, I understand you got a new haircut, and you got the streak, and you got the lightning and whatnot, but hey, man, you're going to have to show folks why Atlanta basically gave you away, because I think you could be a really great point guard in this league, and particularly a 6-man coming off the bench. And there's other folks that think you're a cancer to a locker room, so we're going to find out here real quick. Also, if you looked at Oklahoma City's injury report during the offseason, you could basically make an argument that we got starting 5 on the injury report, man. Like, over the course of this offseason, Russ Westbrook, Terrence Ferguson, Abdel Nader, and Andre Roberson have all been on the injury report. Expect to get Russ back sooner rather than later. And Ferguson plays, might be on a minute restriction, might give Alex Abrinas an opportunity to knock down some threes. But this team isn't going to be the team that we expect it to be, that it can be until Roberson gets back, and that might likely be till December, which is good because that's when people actually start paying attention to the NBA. And I am going to be talking about the NBA off and on throughout the rest of the season because I like the Thunder. Other folks like the Thunder. There's some nice overlap between OU fans, college football fans, and NBA Thunder fans. Mavs fans, I don't know what to do with you except to say I hope Doncic is good. He's probably going to be good. He's probably going to be Rookie of the Year. However, if Trey's still pulling up from the parking lot, he might have something to say about that, as well as Wendell Carter, who might be the most athletic guy in the 2018 draft outside of DeAndre Ayton, who's going to be awesome at Phoenix. So the line is like 12.5 to Oakland, but if Paul George can drop 40 on Mr. Snake and one Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson and them, I, for one, will be extremely happy with the start of the season. And one more thing ahead of Oklahoma versus TCU, I thought the most interesting thing to take away from Lincoln Riley's press conference on Monday was how he basically giggled when John Hoover asked him the question about, hey, defenses are slowing down Big 12 offenses by rushing 3 and dropping 8. And Lincoln Riley just giggled and he kind of rubbed it off and said, okay, first of all, Iowa State tackles. That's why they stop people. As for dropping 8, he basically said, hey, you could drop 8 against us if you want to. We're still going to move the football. As a matter of fact, I could see teams dropping 8 against, say, Will Grier. I could see them dropping 8 against, say, Sam Ehlinger. But if you drop 8 against Oklahoma, Kyler Murray's going to eat you alive. And I don't mean just by throwing the ball. You know what time it is. He's going to pick up 12, 15 yards, and then he's going to break one to the house just like he did against Texas. So you can drop 8 against Oklahoma, but your best bet is to run a fire zone blitz with 5 coming after Kyler Murray and 6 dropping into coverage. 3 deep, 3 in the middle of the field. That is the way that I would attack Oklahoma. But I'm not even sure that works because Kyler Murray's been so good at seeing where the blitz is coming from and then attacking the open space. So I understand this argument that all of a sudden, because for the Big 12 getting better defensively because of the average score being 25-14, I think that's good because it lets the national folks know that, hey, we play a little defense in this league. But Oklahoma didn't play. And every time you drop 8 against Kyler Murray, he's going to destroy you. Ask Texas about how they stopped Kyler Murray. The only 2 turnovers that they got from the offense was literally Kyler Murray throwing it to the other guy and him literally putting the ball on the ground. You're not going to slow down this offense. The tempo is going to move when it wants to move. They go as fast as they want to. They score a lot of points. They put up a lot of yards. What I'm saying is, Gary Patterson knows what's coming on Saturday to Fort Worth. And as good as he is, if he isn't a little terrified, he should be. Now, as to how Oklahoma is like Jimmy Butler, let me put it this way. OU had a bye week. And all of a sudden, y'all can't score any points in the Big 12 because y'all soft. Look here, man. Texas Tech TCU was 17-14. Texas was a Charlie Brewer pass away from losing to Baylor. Mopped up West Virginia 30-14. And then Kansas State hit Oklahoma State with this brick 31-12. And what kind of world are we living in when Kansas State is the highest scoring Big 12 team for the weekend? That's just bad news. And that's what brings me to this idea that we're carrying this conference. And we're tired of having to carry this conference. And for folks outside of the Big 12 who believe that Texas is the Big 12's best chance to make it in the college football playoff, you got another thing coming because we rent a spot there. We got a hotel room there. 2 college football playoff appearances in 3 years, and all of a sudden Texas is back. Get out of here, man. The other astounding note was that there wasn't a 300-yard passer all weekend. Sean Robinson got closest at 290 yards, and you can make an argument that he's the worst quarterback in the Big 12. What I'm saying is Oklahoma points around to the other 9 teams in the Big 12 and says, you're soft, I'm here to win, I'm here to win national championships, and you suck. And then y'all don't say nothing because the Big 12 belongs to Oklahoma, 3-time defending conference champs. We are this conference's best chance at being nationally relevant every single year. So yeah, we want a trade, but we ain't gonna get a trade. Just like I don't expect Jimmy Butler to get a trade, even though him and Glenn Taylor are supposed to be working something out. Nah, you stuck with us, we stuck with you. Carry your weight. All right, that's it for me. Deuces.